In Beverly Hills, perception is everything. But right now, the illusion has shattered. Dorit Kemsley's carefully crafted image isn't just cracking, it's completely burning to the ground. For years, she played the perfect, ultra-glamorous victim. But her latest, desperate bid for damage control has officially backfired, triggering a catastrophic PR disaster. And the collateral damage? Her estranged husband, PK Kemsley. Dorit tried to control the narrative, but instead, she dragged PK straight into the nuclear blast zone with her. From exposed financial nightmares to explosive public call-outs by Hollywood icons like Boy George, the secrets leaking out of this divorce are devastating. PK's career, his money, and his remaining reputation are being pulled under by Dorit's failing survival tactics. How did a desperate attempt to save one reputation completely destroy another? Stay tuned, because the Beverly Hills elite have never seen a betrayal this ugly. In Beverly Hills, the line between reality and a carefully constructed illusion is incredibly thin, and for years, Dorit Kemsley managed to walk that line flawlessly. She was the epitome of chic, the woman who spoke in a mysteriously untraceable accent, draped herself in head-to-toe designer labels, and maintained an aura of untouchable luxury, even when the rumors of financial instability began to swirl around her family. For a long time, the audience bought into it. Even when her husband, PK Kemsley, was facing massive gambling debts and legal battles over millions of dollars, Dorit managed to position herself as the resilient, glamorous wife who was simply supporting her man through thick and thin. But a marriage built on keeping up appearances can only withstand so much pressure before the foundation completely crumbles. The cracks in their relationship became impossible to hide on television, leading up to the inevitable announcement of their separation. Yet, what was supposed to be a standard, Hollywood-style conscious uncoupling quickly dissolved into a bitter, toxic feud. The real trouble started when Dorit decided she needed to completely control the post-divorce narrative. In the world of reality television, the person who tells their story first and loudest usually wins the public sympathy. Dorit knew this, and she launched a massive PR campaign designed to paint herself as the ultimate survivor of a difficult, neglectful marriage. The centerpiece of this campaign was her highly anticipated memoir, Unburdened. The book was supposed to be her crowning achievement, a literary declaration of independence where she could finally speak her truth without any filters. She wanted the world to see her as a woman who had broken free from the shadow of a controlling husband to reclaim her power. Her team began leaking carefully selected, scandalous excerpts to the press, focusing heavily on PK's alleged shortfalls, his supposed lack of emotional and financial support, and the immense strain his lifestyle had placed on their family. She even went as far as to hint that his behavior during their final months together was bordering on toxic, creating an intense wave of public scrutiny around him. For a brief moment, it seemed like her strategy was working. The headlines were filled with sympathy for Dorit, and fans were eagerly lining up to buy into her version of the story. But in her desperation to completely clear her own name and secure a massive victory in the court of public opinion, Dorit made a critical, fatal mistake. She underestimated the loyalty of PK's inner circle, and more importantly, she grossly underestimated how the public would react once the full reality of her own actions came to light. Instead of cementing her status as a beloved victim, the aggressive nature of her book tour and her constant social media jabs started to look less like empowerment and more like a calculated, vindictive character assassination. The turning point that transformed her calculated PR move into an unmitigated disaster came from a completely unexpected direction. Legendary music icon Boy George, who happens to be PK's longtime best friend and most prominent management client, decided he had seen enough. He didn't just quietly support PK behind the scenes. He stepped directly into the public arena and launched a scorching defense of his friend. Boy George took to social media and gave interviews where he openly slammed Dorit's behavior, calling her public attacks and the allegations in her book absolutely disgusting. He pointed out the hypocrisy of her claiming to be a victim while simultaneously using her platform to systematically dismantle the father of her children for financial gain and television ratings. This wasn't just a minor disagreement between reality stars. This was an endorsement of PK's character from a global superstar, and it completely shattered Dorit's carefully constructed victim narrative. Suddenly, the public started looking at the situation with a much more critical eye. The narrative flipped almost overnight. People began to question the validity of everything Dorit had written in her memoir. Was she actually the mistreated wife she claimed to be, or was she simply using PK as a scapegoat to deflect from her own mounting financial troubles and legal indiscretions? By trying to completely bury PK under a mountain of bad press to save her own skin, Dorit inadvertently invited the entire world to dig deeper into their shared past. And what the world found was a treasure trove of financial nightmares, massive foreclosures, and shady business dealings that both of them had spent years trying to hide. By pulling the pin on the narrative grenade, Dorit didn't just hit her target, she blew up the entire landscape, dragging PK's botcha-cutcha career, his remaining business credibility, and his legal standing straight down into the burning wreckage right alongside her. The fallout from Dorit's desperate narrative shift didn't just stay confined to tabloid headlines and angry social media comments. It bled directly into the one place where reputation translates into cold, hard cash, the corporate boardroom. For years, Dorit Kemsley operated behind the scenes as a high-stakes businessman, real estate investor, and talent manager. His entire professional identity was built on the perception of wealth, influence, and the ability to navigate high-pressure situations with ease. In his line of work, credibility is the ultimate currency. If people believe you are a financial mastermind with deep pockets and powerful connections, doors open, contracts get signed, and millions of dollars flow into your bank accounts. But when Dorit decided to expose the ugly, unvarnished truth of their shared financial decay to the public, she effectively cut off PK's professional lifeblood. The toxic cloud of her PR disaster spread rapidly, poisoning every single business venture and professional relationship he had left. As the details from Dorit's leaks and subsequent court filings became public knowledge, a terrifying picture of their financial reality began to emerge. It was no longer just about standard Hollywood debt. It was about massive, looming foreclosures on luxury properties, unpaid taxes, and a desperate struggle to maintain a lifestyle they could clearly no longer afford. Investors who had previously been willing to overlook PK's past legal skirmishes and gambling controversies suddenly began pulling their money out of his ongoing projects. No one wanted their corporate brand associated with a man whose messy personal life was being picked apart on national television every week. Major business deals that PK had been quietly negotiating for months evaporated into thin air almost overnight. Potential partners realized that doing business with PK meant inviting the relentless glare of the Bravo reality TV paparazzi into their corporate affairs. And for serious financial institutions, that kind of chaotic exposure is an absolute nightmare. The damage quickly extended far beyond the realm of real estate and corporate investment. PK's primary claim to fame in recent years was his high-profile talent management agency, where he represented major international figures. But a talent manager's job is to protect and elevate their clients, not to overshadow them with their own trashy public scandals. When Dorit's memoir and public statements painted PK as an emotionally manipulative and financially unstable partner, it created an impossible situation for the celebrities on his roster. High-net-worth clients began to realize that their own brands were being actively tarnished by association. The public didn't just see PK as an individual anymore, they saw him as one half of a highly toxic, radioactive celebrity couple. The fear of collateral damage sparked a quiet but devastating mass exodus from his agency. Multiple up-and-coming artists and established figures quietly severed ties with his firm, seeking shelter with managers who could offer stability instead of a weekly dose of public humiliation. Perhaps the most devastating blow to PK's professional standing came from the legal ramifications of Dorit's public claims. In her aggressive pursuit of public sympathy, Dorit had filed documentation alleging that PK had engaged in reckless, million-dollar luxury spending sprees, even while their family was facing severe financial duress. She claimed that he was hiding assets, withholding necessary financial support for their children, and using his business accounts as a personal piggy bank to fund an extravagant, post-separation lifestyle. While these allegations were intended to make PK look like the villain in their upcoming divorce proceedings, they caught the attention of a much more dangerous audience: his creditors and legal adversaries. Multiple financial institutions and individuals who were already suing PK for outstanding debts suddenly used Dorit's own public statements as ammunition in court. They argued that if PK had the resources to fund the lavish lifestyle Dorit was describing, he certainly had the money to pay back his debts. Dorit had essentially handed PK's legal enemies a loaded weapon on a silver platter. Her words were weaponized in courtrooms, leading to emergency filings, demands for deeper forensic audits of his business finances, and the potential freezing of his remaining corporate assets. PK found himself trapped in a brutal pincer movement, fighting off aggressive creditors on one side and a vindictive ex-wife on the other. Every time Dorit gave another interview or dropped another shocking revelation to promote her book, she dug the financial grave just a little bit deeper for both of whom. PK's market value plummeted to an all-time low. The man who once confidently rubbed shoulders with the global elite was now being viewed as a liability, a toxic asset that needed to be dropped immediately. By attempting to completely destroy his character to build herself up, Dorit didn't just ruin his chances at a peaceful post-divorce life. She completely dismantled the remaining fragments of his financial empire, leaving him to face the wreckage of a career that may never recover. Beyond the shattered bank accounts and the ruined business deals, the absolute worst part of Dorit's PR nuclear option is how it completely poisoned the custody battle over their two young children, Jagger and Phoenix. In any high-profile celebrity separation, the gold standard is to present a united front to the world, or at the very least, a dignified silence for the sake of the kids. But Dorit's calculated media campaign threw that handbook entirely out the window. By painting PK in her book and her leaked court filings as an unstable, financially reckless, and emotionally absent father, she didn't just hurt his feelings. She actively tried to build a legal case to strip him of joint custody. She wanted the court of public opinion to decide the custody arrangement before they ever stepped foot inside a courtroom. But just like her financial attacks, this strategy backfired in the most catastrophic way possible, turning a sensitive family matter into a toxic, public spectacle that neither of them can control. When you accuse your estranged spouse of being a bad parent on a global stage, you better ensure your own hands are completely clean. Unfortunately for Dorit, they weren't. By thrusting the details of their parenting dynamics into the spotlight, she invited intense, microscopic public scrutiny onto her own lifestyle. Critics and fans alike immediately began digging through years of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills footage and social media history, turning the cameras back on her. People started pointing out the endless stream of nannies, the constant vacations, and the times she seemed more focused on her next outfit change than the daily realities of raising children. The narrative quickly shifted from poor Dorit raising her kids alone to Dorit is weaponizing her children to destroy their father. This public backlash didn't just stay on Reddit and Twitter, it provided PK's legal team with an absolute mountain of ammunition to use against her in their actual custody hearings. PK's lawyers immediately went on the offensive, using Dorit's own public statements and media appearances to argue that she was actively alienating the children from their father for financial gain and reality TV relevance. They argued that her relentless public smear campaign was causing psychological distress to the children, who are now old enough to read headlines and hear things from classmates at school. Instead of looking like the protective, nurturing mother she claimed to be, Dorit was made to look like a vindictive ex-wife who was willing to sacrifice her children's privacy and emotional well-being just to sell a few more copies of her memoir. Every single interview she gave to promote Unburdened was logged, transcribed, and submitted to the judge as proof of her erratic, media-obsessed behavior. Her desperate attempt to secure sole custody effectively blew up in her face, forcing her into a defensive position where she now has to prove she isn't the toxic influence in her children's lives. Now, both Dorit and PK find themselves completely trapped in a cycle of mutual assured destruction with absolutely no clean exit strategy. Dorit cannot backtrack on the wild allegations she made in her book without looking like a liar, and PK cannot back down without destroying what little is left of his name and his right to see his kids. They are locked in a vicious legal and emotional stalemate, and the collateral damage is expanding every single day. The Beverly Hills lifestyle they fought so hard to maintain, the glamorous illusion of the perfect, wealthy family, is gone forever, replaced by court dates, forensic audits, and a fractured family dynamic that will play out in the tabloids for years to come. Dorit wanted a PR victory that would cement her as the ultimate breakout star of Beverly Hills, but instead, she triggered a domino effect that dragged PK down, ruin their finances, and turn their private family tragedy into the ugliest public circus reality TV has ever seen. This brings us to the ultimate question that everyone in Beverly Hills, and every single fan of the show, is asking right now. Can either of them ever truly bounce back from a disaster this massive? Or have Dorit and PK officially crossed the point of no return? By turning her personal life into a weaponized PR campaign, Dorit didn't just burn down her marriage, she scorched the very earth they both stand on. PK is fighting for his financial survival and his rights as a father, while Dorit is desperately trying to keep her head above water as the public backlash grows stronger by the day. But what do you think about this absolute circus? Do you think Dorit was right to put all of this out there in her memoir to finally speak her truth? Or did she completely cross the line by dragging the father of her children through the mud just for clout, book sales, and a storyline? And what about PK? Is he the true victim of a calculated character assassination, or are his past financial mistakes finally catching up to him? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below, because I want to know exactly whose side you are on in this brutal Beverly Hills battle. If you want to stay completely up to date on every single update, every leaked court document, and all the dramatic fallout from this toxic divorce as it unfolds, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Don't forget to smash the like button on this video to help it beat the algorithm, and turn on all notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the wildest celebrity drama. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.